Hi, today I'm going to be talking with you about the Trecena of Aj, which is going to run from the 7th to the 19th of December. As you can tell, I'm not in my usual environment. I've been trying to find a kind of natural, kind of quiet place here. Well, natural I got, it's not so quiet. I hope the background noise won't disturb this video too much. And in my time of pondering about what I was going to speak about today and this kind of things, what really came to me was how the calendar can be used on so many levels and how we can see the essences of the days on so many levels, and of course therefore the essences of the Trecenas on many levels. Now, I've heard from a few people that the Trecena of Ajpu, which we're just finishing today on 13 Aj, has been a little bit rough on them. And yeah, well, you know, that's the path of the hero, isn't it? The hero doesn't get to level up without going through a few experiences, without facing their fears, without kind of like overcoming the challenges. But actually, one of my friends was writing something about what is it all about? What's leveling up for? Why do we bother? You know, it's kind of like we're going through this cycle of evolution, of expanding our consciousness or soul or however we, whatever we're supposed to be doing here. But why? What's it all about? Well, there's something that I see with the Trecena of Aj coming after the Trecena of Ajpu, and that's that, Ajpu has this mystical kind of quality. You're going after the elixir, you're going after something, your inner hero, your higher aspects, as it were. But what you going to do with it? It's not like you bring it home to have a trophy on the wall, or kind of like shining up some medal or something like that. It's saying, right, okay, you've got this elixir, you've managed to overcome a challenge, you've managed to ally with your dragon, and now you got it. What are you going to do with it? And for me, Aj is very strongly about leadership. It's very strongly about the home. And so what we can do with that elixir, if we look at the the great hero stories, as it were, the whole reason why the heroes are on their quest is to kind of to drop the ring in the volcano or save the galaxy from the Empire or whatever it might be. It's for the good of all. And once you've achieved that finding of the hero, then it's time to go back and to use those properties, those new skills, those new talents, that new energy that you have in your community, in your home, to bring harmony, to bring balance, to bring justice, to bring peace, maybe, whatever it might be. And Aj, I feel, is very much about that. It's about bringing harmony in our home. It's about leadership. It's about, often we talk about Aj being the Nawal of the spinal column. It's about standing up straight and tall for what's right in the world. And of course, now that you're carrying the elixir of the hero, that should give you the energy, that should give you the understanding, that should give you the ability, and it should give you the standing to do that. Aj is also about the home. And one of the things that we could see with Aj is, this is very much about establishing your home in the correct way, about bringing harmony, making it a peaceful, safe, loving space to be in. We see Aj as a benevolent father figure within the community, standing up for those who are maybe less fortunate, maybe those who are kind of like those who don't have a voice, fighting on their behalf, championing them. And so we can see all of those essences coming out with Aj, and in particular, coming over the next 13 days. It's all right, okay, now it's time to put your advancement to work, as it were. Do something with it. What can you do? So we're going to begin with the day 1 Aj. 1 Aj, the beginning of something new, right? An Aj could represent the home, and so one Aj would be a great day if you're looking for a new home, if you're finding a new home, if you're going to have a look around a new place. One Aj might be the great day to find that new place. Of course, if you've, I doubt that anybody could schedule things quite so quickly, but if you're moving to a new place, one Aj would be a great day to kind of like schedule to move in. But it might be also about renovation of your home. How can you renovate the space that you're in, whether it is your home or whether it is your community, to bring a greater sense of harmony, to bring a greater sense of peace? For me, on Aj days, we make our offerings, we make our prayers, we make our fires to give thanks for the harmony that exists in our home, to give thanks for the safe roof over our head, for shelter, for family, for all of those things together. We give thanks for having enough food on the table, because Aj also represents the corn, and so, or the corn stalk rather, and so it is this connection between heaven and earth, and it's bringing all of that bounty into our homes. So for one Aj, as I say, a renovation of your home, of your living space, of your way of life, perhaps even. Perhaps this is the first day to stand up and be counted, to start a new project on behalf of those who are, let's say, have more needs than yourself or us or whatever. And so a great day to initiate that and to reinitiate your strength, because this strengthening of the spinal column, that which makes us stand up tall, sometimes after a while, perhaps after our hero's journey, we've kind of been beaten down. Yeah, sure, we managed to get out of it, we managed to bring back the prize or whatever, but we're kind of healing our wounds, and like one Aj is helping us to stand up and revitalize, re-strengthen ourselves. From one Aj, we're then going into two Ish. So from Aj, the father, we go into Ish, the mother. Ish, the connection with Mother Earth. Ish, the connection with the sacred sites. Ish, also the connection with the sacred within us. The connection with the feminine. It's here we're going from the house out into the environment. We're going from like the stability or the community kind of aspect of things. We're going into what's going on around us within Mother Earth. And once again, if there's anybody that needs to be stood up for right now, I think Mother Earth is top of the list for many people. Of course, it's where we live, it's our only home. And the number 2 can represent lovers. It can be about bringing magic into your relationship, Ish representing magic and 2 representing relationships. But it can also be about choices. It's about making decisions. It's literally kind of like, which path are you going to take, left or right? You've got 2 options. Okay, so in your dedication to Mother Earth, in your way of helping her out, in your connection to the sacred or to the feminine, which path are you going to choose today? And there may be 2 very stark contrasts between one path and the other. 2 Ish is a great day to ask Mother Earth, well, which one should I take? Which one is going to be of the greatest benefit for all around? From 2 Ish, we're then going into 3 Tz'ikin. So Tz'ikin, the Nawal of the bird. Tz'ikin, the Nawal of the vision. Tz'ikin brings us the clarity of sight. And of course, in this time of renovating our housing or new leadership and that kind of thing, of course 3 Tz'ikin is very called for. We need to have that vision. But where is that vision coming from? Well, the 3 we see as being within. It can also represent the home. So isn't it interesting that we've got this Trecena about renovation of the home, renovation of community and that. And the number 3 with the Tz'ikin is asking us to focus on the home. But it's also focusing within. 3 Tz'ikin could very much represent our inner vision. And this is a time perhaps to be looking to what's going on within. What is your inner vision? Where is your inner vision? How does it sit with you? What can you focus on within you to bring more harmony to your home, to bring out your leadership, to stand up strong and tall within your community? Where may you have been losing focus? It's a really great day for focusing on what your vision is for your community, how you can help. So from 3 Tz'ikin, we're then going into 4 Ajmak. Ajmak, the acceptance of the human. We're all human, right? We'll make the occasional mistake. Sometimes things don't go quite as we expected them to, or what have you. And here the number 4 is all about what's going on in the physical realm. Now, of course, we, being human, make mistakes in any realm, can't we, you know? Sure, we all do. But the number 4 really suggests that this is about this physical reality. And Ajmak is saying, okay, I hold my hands up, I'm human. How can I make it right? How can I make amends for it? How can I redeem myself or redeem others? And here in the physical realm, this is very much kind of like, this is very much relating to things which are happening on the physical realm. So, a great day for forgiveness, a great day to forgive yourself and others, a great day to ask for forgiveness. And here in particular, with regards to very physical matters. From 4 Ajmak, we're then going into 5 Noach. So Noach, the mind, the brain. It's time to get things working. Time to put your plan to work. In this Trecena of leadership, in this Trecena of renovating your community or your home. Well, Noach brings us the knowledge to do it. It brings us the plan, it brings us the idea. And the number 5 is suggesting we're going to need to put some effort into it, so put some energy into it, as we would expect, right? Because those things don't just happen like that. If you got a plan, if you got that inner vision, it's time to go out. You've cleared the slate in 4 Ajmak. You've paid your dues wherever it might be, and all that kind of thing. And then 5 Noach comes in and says, right, okay, time to roll our sleeves up and kind of like get our thinking caps on and work out how we can bring this harmony to our society, to our community, how you can engage with that strength to lead within your community. From 5 Noach, we're then going into 6 Tijax. So Tijax, the obsidian blade, the healer, the warrior, the one who cuts away the imperfections, the mundane, the one who cuts through to the truth, the one who cuts through to what's important, quite honestly, the one who cuts away that which has been causing imbalance. And so, again, this might be a day where you might have to use your discernment to see if there's something within your community or something within your home which is causing a disturbance, which is causing an imbalance. How are you going to cut it free? Using your obsidian blade to cut away that what doesn't fit, so that the rest can be brought into balance. And sometimes, these are things which are necessary. I know that, the obsidian blade and kind of, bring it down, and, it sounds rather belligerent and that kind of thing, and it may appear that in some ways. But it's a time to cut out what needs to be cut out in order to bring balance, in order to bring harmony, in order to bring healing. So that's what the surgeon does, right? I see Tijax as really a sign of perfection. It's the one who's cutting the rough diamond to bring it into its full beauty. And with the 6, we can see that representing the family. So maybe there's some adjustments which need to be made within your family dynamic in order to bring out greater harmony. But we also see the 6 as being very stable. And so, kind of like if we consider ourselves to be using this sharp knife, we can also understand that the stability of the 6 Tijax day is a really great day for, having the fine eye for detail, but being sure that you've got a really good steady hand It's a great day for any kind of editing, any kind of like honing down or perfecting. 60 hash should be really good for it. From 60 hash, we're then going into 7 Kawok. 7 Kawok, so Kawok, the storm. Kawok, I always see the Kawok as this feminine essence of healing that washes clean the wounds after Tijax has been doing the surgery. Kawok perhaps really bringing the healing. And 7, representing once again choices. Okay, which way do you want to go in order to bring healing to your community? But it's also about endings. It's about coming to the finalization of something. And so it's finalizing that healing process that started. Finalizing the birth process, which has been going on. 7 Kawok could also be seen as, choose your healing path. We might understand that there are many paths within our community to bring it together, to bring healing. And 7 Kawok is a great day to be shown all the different opportunities and say, right, okay, which one are you going to pick? Because it could be any of those paths. But on 7 Kawok, it's time to pick one and progress with it. From 7 Kawok, we're then going to go to 8 Ajpu. So 8 Ajpu, Hun Ajpu and Wukub Hun Ajpu, together. The totality, the wholeness of the hero occurring right in the middle of the Trecena, right? This is bringing out your whole hero, right? This is what I was sort of intimating before about saying, okay, you've gone on this quest, you've done your work, whatever it might be, whether it's your retreat or whatever, now what are you going to do with it? Well, here we see Hun Ajpu, the new hero that we've just encountered, with 7 Ajpu, the old hero, coming together to create the whole hero. So this is kind of like integrating your new heroic exploits, your new hero's tools, with the tools that you're already carrying in order to do the whole of that work. From 8 Ajpu, we're then going into 9 Imox, so a very, very feminine day, I would say. Imox can represent the lake, it can represent the great bodies of water. Imox can also represent the dream world and the creativity that comes from it. And here we see it with the number 9, the number of life, the number of the feminine. So, we've got a lot to unpack in that one, right? 9 Imox could be about the feminine side of dreaming. It could be about life dreams. So, with that inner vision that we had on 3 Tz'ikin, 9 Imox could be a time to bring our life dreams into action. 9 Imox can also be a very good focus on the waters of life. It's a great day to make an offering to the water. A great day to make an offering to the lakes, to the seas, to do what you could do using that strength, that one Ach strength, the strength of the leadership, to do what you need to do to look after the ocean, to do what you need to do to look after the lake. 9 Imox has the potential to be a great day for dreaming, has a potential to be a great day for creativity, and to bring this creativity to life. From 9 Imox, we're then going into 10 Aq'ab'al. Well, we've been doing all this work. Isn't it about time we told somebody about it? And who are we going to tell? We're going to tell our community. We're going to converse with our community. 10 Aq'ab'al could be a great day for any kind of mediation. Aq'ab'al has got this reputation for being blustery, of course. A little bit blustery here right now. It has this reputation for occasional anger and that kind of thing. And it's all about the word. But the words can also heal. The words can also bring agreement. And in this Trecena of Aj, where we're talking about looking after the community, we're talking about healing within the community, we're talking about standing up and doing the right thing in community. But how do we bring that harmony? We have to come to agreements with our families, with our neighbours, with our friends, with our community. with all of these kind of things in general. And so, how do we do that? Well, we speak with them, right? We share our ideas, we share our voices. And 10 Ich is a great day for doing that. It's a great day for a community parlay, as it were, getting together with all of the people involved and saying, well, let's all just express our voices, our thoughts, our opinions on what we could do better within our community to bring more cohesion, but also to come up with a cohesive voice, to share our voices, to understand our similarities and our differences, and to build our community based on that. From 10 Ich, we're then going into 11 Aq'ab'al. So Aq'ab'al, the dawn and the dusk. Aq'ab'al, the new concept. And the number 11, well, the number 11 is certainly going in many different directions. The number 11 can be extremely creative because it's not pulling on any one thing in particular. It's looking around at all sorts of different ways of doing things. And so this could be new concepts coming here and here and here and here and here, being revealed from the darkness, because I see Aq'ab'al as bringing things out of the darkness in the light, and so into the light rather. And so it's very much kind of like these revelationary days. And what is going to be revealed? Many different ways, many different new concepts might be revealed on 11 Aq'ab'al. Now, with Aq'ab'al, I think it's always important to remember that we may be presented with concepts, incomplete things. These are beginning points. We don't know exactly what they're going to grow into yet. They won't grow into anything if we just reject them out of hand. And sometimes we've got to take it on board and say, you know what, we're just going to let this foment for a little while. We're going to let this grow for a little while to see what it can turn into. Now, with the 11 drawing on so many directions, it may well be that there may be several different concepts that don't seem to fit together quite yet. And I feel like with the 11 Aq'ab'al, it's kind of like allowing these concepts to be in the space and seeing the way that as they gestate, they might weave together to create a pattern that we can understand later on. So maybe this is a day for not rejecting things out of hand, even if they don't seem quite relevant just yet, because it may take some time for their true potential to come out. From 11 Aq'ab'al, we're then going into 12 Kat. So Kat, the Nawal of the net, the Nawal of gathering, of harvest. Kat, always a clearing out day. And here we are coming towards the end of that Trecena. And having gone through it, having reevaluated our inner vision, having asked for forgiveness, having stably cut away what's not needed, integrated our whole hero, brought the dream to life, and communicated with our community. What's next? Well, what's next is to see what we're carrying, what we might not need. And that's what Kat gives us. Always gives us the opportunity of a bit of a sort out day to go through your net. What is no longer needed? And what is it paired with? It's paired with the number 12, and the number 12 representing life experiences. Now, we know that as we go through life, we pick up all of these experiences, and many of them can be very, very useful for us. There's what we build ourselves on, as it were. But there's also a few that maybe they are outworn, maybe they are no longer relevant, maybe they might be self-limiting ideas or something like that, and maybe it's time to let them go. And so, as you've gone through this re-evaluation of what works and what doesn't, of what fits and what no longer fits, you've gone through what's going to bring harmony to your home, what's going to bring harmony to your community. Well, maybe there's some stuff that you're carrying that is no longer relevant. Maybe they were I don't know, political ideas from your childhood or whatever they might be, those kind of things. It's time to let them go as we move into this new phase. Maybe they fit, maybe they don't. But cat gives us the opportunity to say, shall I keep it in my net? Shall I let it go? Shall I use the experience of my life to say whether this is worthwhile holding on to or not? From 12 cat, we then go into 13 can. A very, very, very powerful day. Now it's interesting, as I walked here, and here we are, beginning of December, I happened to look down on the trail in front of me, and there was a small snake, a baby snake, probably not even as big as my finger, and not more than a foot long. And I thought, how odd to see a snake at the beginning of December. Now, granted, it's a fairly warm day here, but still, it was quite an unusual thing. And here I am talking about 13 can. Can the serpent, can the power, can the wisdom. And here, what do we see it with? The number 13. The number which activates all of our joints of our body, where the body lightning sits. The number which represents the ancestors. And what more fitting a day could we see for the end of that Trecena? Because what are we going to? We're going to the wisdom of the ancestors. That's what we're finishing up with. Once we've cut away all of that baggage that we didn't need, and all of those other days where we've been honing it and working out how to reinitiate, bring harmony to our society and our home, where do we end up? Ancestral wisdom. And it's through ancestral wisdom that we may well be able to bring a greater sense of harmony back to our community, a greater sense of harmony back to our world. 13 can be an extremely powerful day, can being one of the most powerful of the Nawals, associated with the number 13. This is very, very high energy. Be important to, let's say, take a breath before you act on a 13 can day, because can has the power of the snake to strike out in anger should it need to. With all that power, that body lightning, which could be perceived as venom behind it as well, it can really pack a punch. So we need to kind of like take a breath. Can also represent illusions and the illusionary world. It's through can that we receive the understanding, the wisdom, or the power to see through illusions. And today, this is coming from the ancestors. So perhaps on 13 can, maybe you can use some ancestral wisdom to see through something which may be an illusion within your world, an illusion within your community. It could be a day when things get revealed very, very strongly. But with can, we have to remember kind of like to keep our temper, because can get a little bit overpowerful at times. Give thanks for the revelation that they've been able to see through the illusion, and of course with the Aj energy in there, it's time to do something about it. But maybe resist the temptation of striking out in anger. Of course, it's also a great day to meditate or make ceremony, to ask for the wisdom of the ancestors to help you through a situation, to ask for the strength of the ancestors or the power of the ancestors to bring healing, to bring harmony to the community, to bring harmony to our world. And so, as I say, it's a very, very strong day for all of that kind of work. A strong day to engage with your body lightning, to work with your ki, your chi, your reiki, or whatever you might call it, and connect with the ancestors through that way as well. So, I hope that's been of interest to you. I'm sure that the next video that I make, I'll be back in a much more familiar and slightly quieter location. And so, I look forward to seeing you in 13 days' time for the Trecena of Aj. Thank you.